BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hi everybody. What's going on? Ooh, happy Tuesday to you. Let me get that out the gate and in the water. Y'all, we're going to get into some things tonight, but before we do, we're going to start like we always do. It is important to me to bring and be that reminder of gratitude. So join me in the joy and the feeling and the vibration and the emotion of just being grateful for a minute. Now I'm going to share with you what I'm grateful for, but you can go ahead and put on your mind what you're grateful for. And partner, let me know that you can hear me clearly in here too. So I am super grateful. Thank you to BLAST MUSIC247 for being my podcast home, y'all. It has been a learning curve and a great road, but it's been a bomb platform to bring you what otherwise you may not have heard of, seen, or touched. And that is SXP MetaMorphosis 365 Growth Podcast. That's what you are tuning into right now. And I am glad to have you. It's a good thing to come together every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to have this conversation about growth. It is that life is so busy and that sometimes the distractions are so heavy and so loud that we may overlook that moment of being grateful for the complaining that we could do, or we may overlook the people around us who are loving us and just being wonderful people because we're busy. So this is your moment to just woosah, woosah, and put those people in your mind. I'm very grateful for Troy Saha, who is our VP of the station with BLAST Music 247. If you have not followed, please do make sure that you follow the channel on YouTube. And then also please make sure that you follow Melikia K, Courtney on YouTube as well. Now, I'm going to share some of that music. If y'all can hear it, y'all can hear it. If you can't, I don't know. Because again, this bad boy do what it want to do around here, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to fight it. But this is what I am going to do. But put that there for you to make it simple. Go to blastmusic247.com. Do one of two or two of two things. And that would be follow, like become a fan. Right? Be a fan, join in, get involved in the music, listen, support, talk about what you love, and maybe even share what could be better in your opinion. That's fine, but do it respectfully, right? And then two, if you are an artist, this is your opportunity to get some exposure. Why not have BLAST Music support you and play some of that dope music during the podcast? And there are podcasts all during the week. I'm going to put the overlay away. Get 3, 2, 1 seconds on that. Okay, boom, that's gone. And then two, talking about the great shows that we have. I'm going to run this real quick. Just people, what we have coming up. Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. Our Sunday, which was Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. It's moved to Saturday at 7. So be there's also Sunday. I'm going to update this. I definitely want to shout out to people that are part of BLAST, are holding podcasts, encounter it, and the ones that have encountered closely. So please do make sure you tune in to BLAST Music 247 throughout the week for some wonderful content. We got a DJ on deck, and I'm excited to catch that show. You have a Courtney going on. I've been on that show, caught it. It's awesome. So there's many things to enjoy. Okay, great. So I've shared my joy and my gratitude and my love for those things. Also, in addition, you know what? I'm going to leave the next one to the middle of the road. So let's get into our conversation today. This weekend, we are going to experience a 3-day women's experience. And it's an event. I can say an event. It is definitely not the retreat that your mom is used to. It's not what anyone's used to. It's a straight up experience. Now this one is going to be a little bit calmer than the other ones, because the other ones are full on production. We are taking it slow this weekend, and I thought I'd come and have a quick conversation with you guys about ownership. So I am the founder, which is right there in the corner, right? Founder of Sanctuary Experience. And it's been coming to me to tell my story. And I'm so focused on teaching and growth that sometimes I've not shared why it's so important to me to fight this fight. Thank you for posting that. I just saw that notice to champion this, right? And it's not that type of fight. It really is a pressing forward into a commitment to. All right. And what is the commitment to? The commitment is to help folks heal. When asked, what do? I love people back to life. That's just pretty much it. It's very, very simple. I do it in a myriad of ways through coaching, different spiritual rituals, and of course, these 3-day events. And I do 1-day events, workshops. I am a public speaker and a performer. Okay. So I have many avenues that I can get that love out. But today I thought it important to have a conversation. Hey, y'all, what's going on? To have a conversation about SXP. All right. Yeah, ready for some story time? All right. So back in 2021, this was March. Short version is I had to pee. Okay. Nothing magical, mystical, or amazing about that. Everybody does it. Went to the bathroom, and for my hover women, may the hover be always in your favor. I was about to get my hover on, pretty much posture. And then I hear a yelling man. Bathroom's kind of small and echoey. I was at Union Station. All right. And if you've been in that bathroom next to the ticket booth, so the ticket agents are, that whole counter space before they put up all those do-it-yourself things. Anyway, there before that, there before they changed the hand dryers 13 times and filled in those creepy, peaky holes in the ceiling that pervs was peeking through. Can't tell me no different. Okay, great. So back then, y'all. All right. I'm going to speed through a little bit. We're not going to go too slow. So dude comes to the bathroom. It is a male. His name would suggest that he's of Spanish descent. His behavior and his conversation, it may have suggested that he was of KKK descent. Okay, great. So he was on one, and he was yelling and he was threatening about being in the bathroom. He was just angry and out of control, and if you've been around anybody who is angry and out of control, you get the picture. Now, here's the thing though. Most of the people who get angry and out of control are not strapped up with tasers and guns with ammunition fully loaded. That's normally, that's different. That's a different experience. Okay. And I can say that for folks in my beautiful skin complexion who have encountered an officer out of control. I'm so sorry. And for the officers who lose control, let this story be an encouragement to you, because God is still God. So he was doing the off. And after a bit of his yelling and carrying on, I was like, okay, who are you? Because I'm in the stall and I'm not coming out. I'm trying to do what I'm doing. So who is that yelling? Now, there was another woman in the bathroom at the time. She was a cleaning lady, and it was late. So there was all kinds of stuff. It was a lot. It was late. All right. And the fast forwarded thought is I had missed my last train. Didn't know it. I thought it was another one after. COVID had killed that last line. Didn't know. And it was crazy because I had just taken it not too long before. So I didn't know they discontinued it. Okay, great. I wasn't worried. I was thinking I was going to catch my next train. Then I realized after I seen the board that it was blank and got to check in. Now I need a plan B. Right. So he caught me in the phase of figuring out my plan B. And I had to pee. I had been drinking detox tea, which was probably not bright if you're going to travel, because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to go back home and get into the office the next day because my daughter had been sick. Okay. And I was tending to things there. bathroom. Dude going off. He finally identifies himself as the police. And I say it that way, the police. And he demands I come out. He insists that I'm trespassing. And he hits me with the you people. You people always do this. I seen you, da-da-da-da. I'm like, nah, you ain't seen me. You probably saw somebody in my skin color and you thought it was okay. So he did all of the things that he did. I used the bathroom. I don't know about y'all, but I had to go. We gotta go, you gotta go. So, and he scared the snot out of me. Let's be honest about it. He scared the snot out of me when I realized that it was a police officer and not just some random nut. Because, you know, Union Station, you get some characters. That's a nice word. You get some interesting people that come through Union Station. I love Union Station. Have lived it all my life since I was knee high to a duck. When my grandma used to take me down there and do all the wonderful things we did downtown Chicago. Okay. At some point, I had to come out the bathroom. And I was like, okay, God, I got to come out of this stall. He is out of control. And he was so out of control that he was screaming. Y'all, he was screaming, seething, spitting. And I did say it was a small bathroom, right? It was echoey. So he is booming, booming, booming through the bathroom with his voice and just saying all manner of stupid and ignorance. And I come out. Now, of course, I have prayed and have come to this agreement that I must come out because I don't want him trying to kick the door and drag me out. We're not doing all that foolishness. That's stupid. And I was done using the bathroom at that point. So I'm like, okay, getting things together, backpack chick. I bring my butt out the bathroom. I literally have my hands up. My thumbs are under the fold of my backpack because I'm a backpack queen. If you know me now, you know. Come out. And dude is fully in the bathroom. He is literally by the first stall, posted up, ready. And he is doing some more yelling. I am literally, get your hands up. My hands are up. Like, what are you doing, dude? My hands are up. What are you talking about, right? Where I can see him. How could you not see him? You know what I mean? My boobs are not that big. They're not blinding my hands. Okay, great. I'm blessed, but I thank God for that. Okay, great. So, hands are up. Thumbs are behind the flip of the backpack. And, you know, doing that thingy, the adjusted thingy. And he drops center, grabs his gun. And I'm like, not the thoughts. The thoughts are, I don't want to die for this. I don't want to die for having to pee. I don't want to die for peeing while black. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on the shirt. I don't want to be in the news. I don't want to be posthumously acknowledged for any freaking thing. I want to be in this body as this lovely personality and doing what I'm doing, purposefully moving life and impacting hearts and helping people grow and loving my family. You know what I mean? Like being. It's a thing. Okay, right. So I did say I was praying, and I very much believe in that. And this is the conversation I had with God before I came out the bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna come out this bathroom, and you gotta take it from here because this is not okay. Like he is wilding, and I kid you not. After he grabbed his gun, it was like a switch, like somebody flicked a switch in his mind because he had been screaming. And I'm not kidding about spitting. He was spitting while he was talking, like seething and foaming. So I'm like, demon. And for anyone who's in the spirit and moves in the spirit, you know what it is when you see it. Okay, great. There it was. Light switch flick. He puts gun away. He stands up straight. Like, you know, gets his body realigned. Click, click, blah, 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 blah. Not a word, not a word, not a word. Just total silence. And I'm like, okay. He goes in about, well, he turns around and he walks out. Now you got to come up a little bit and then head around that curve and head out. So he heads out and makes it to the door. Then he turns around and he faces the bathroom back in. But he's outside the door. Good enough for me. I'm good. I'm going. Like I ain't dead. You know what I mean? I'm not about to be on a t-shirt. I'm happy. Happy me. Yay. Okay, great. Still scared because he's scared the crap out of me. You know, somebody get the drop on you like that. It's not good. Okay, great. So he goes outside the door. He blitzes it. Right back, like not a word from the time that he stood up, put things away, turned around, headed for the door and left out. Not a word. So I was like, okay, maybe he went away. And I didn't move for a bit. I was just like, that just happened. Like that just happened. You know, that just happened. So I'm like, all right, autopilot. Autopilot clicks in, go wash your hands. Because I'm not a nasty girl. I'm going to wash my hands after the bathroom. Okay, great. So I wash my hands. I did say he started screaming again. He was blitzing outside the door, acting out, saying all manner of stupid. And I went and I dried my hands too. So get out here. Yeah, I know. Like, you're still not in control, my dude. You are still out of control. So I'm giving you hella time and distance to figure it out. And I'm praying, okay? Wash my hands, go dry my hands. Gotta dry my hands. Yeah. I'm drying my hands in the little thing. And talking to God still. Like, okay, I gotta come out the bathroom. There is only one way in. There is only one way out, darlings. There was and I had my back, so wasn't no jet on this dude. None of that. Not to mention I hadn't done anything wrong. You know what I mean? Nothing to warrant that type of behavior, that type of approach, that type of ignorance, that type of hatred, that type of disrespect, that type of intrusion into the ladies' bathroom, sir. Okay, great. So from his ignorance, I finally come out. And the question he hits me with, like, is 1,750 questions, right? But the one that seemed to click his brain on was, where are you going? I'm headed home. Where is home? Give me your ID. Cool. I speak where home is. And he suddenly takes a breath in, like, ah. And it sinks in. Simple minds. Simple minds. And where I live is an affluent area. And he probably got 1, 2, and 3 clicked in right there. Like, I messed up. Did not apologize. Still kept demanding. How did you get in here? Show me. I was like, listen, I walked through the open door like I always do. Door's unlocked. This is the door I always come in. Been doing this for decades. But that particular day was an issue with an officer, Spanish officer, who identified as a racist officer that day. Yay. Jerk. So that is a little bit of a backstory of the kickoff, like what occurred. Panic attacks, a lot of stress, a lot of not understanding. Like, why would anyone choose to be so ridiculous? Why would anyone choose a job, a stressful job? And I respect that. Like, the officers really do have a very stressful job, and I don't poo-poo on that. And at the same time, it is to be pressed and reminded, you are human first. You are human first, and you're dealing with humans until the aliens show up, gang. So you were dealing with humans, right? And I say it's encouraging for officers, because what didn't happen is I wasn't in the middle of the street with a knee on my neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I wasn't beat down, yoked down. I wasn't choked out and disappeared and found later. You understand? So I bless God that I had that protection of sovereign divine God over me. I bless God that he was caused to put everything away, write his body up, and take his tail out there. And fuss all you want, run your mouth. But I was not physically harmed. Okay, get the picture. Emotionally, though, okay? And mentally, though, right? Because, mind you, I've loved that place for decades, like I said. So now you've caused an issue for something that I truly love and have as a beautiful memory with my grandmother. Not only that, now I got to do some therapies. I got to call my awesome people around me and have them help me work through. Not only that, I got to go back to my own book and get to reading through it and using my processes to move past that moment. And that's when it clicked. God, I need a response. Harass the Lord. I'm going to do it. I am a true God harasser. I believe in harassing the Lord. Don't know about y'all. And in seeking response, it wasn't just a response for me. Like, I knew that was unjust. It was no justice involved in it. There was no rightness involved in that type of behavior. If you're running around racist, you are the idiot in the scenario. That's probably a rude way to say it, but it's the truth. Like, how are you able to stop it? I don't give a care what your skin color is either. Let's be clear. If you're running around racist, you are in error. Okay, great. Fast forward. The work. It was work, but I was blessed. I was blessed in that I was already doing the work to help people heal. I had already written a book to help people heal. I had already surrounded myself with powerful people, powerful in life, powerful in business, powerful in spirit. Like, I had done my work to clean up my circles and to be where the eagle's at, to be where the growth and the learning and the truth is at, where the mercy is at, where the humility is at. So thank God, all I had to do was pick up my phone. Like, all I had to do was pick up my phone. Can y'all get that? I didn't have to pick up the phone first. Because first was prayer. Okay. Sovereign divine God, my relationship was on tights. Is on tights. Keep that way. Right. And then secondly, to have the peace, y'all, the peace of community, of a powerful community, that all I got to do is pick up a phone and make a few phone calls and get this adjusted. And I still had things to work through. Don't misunderstand me. But to move from that initial phase that normally keeps people bound, and many of them bound for life, baby, it took me 2 days, 2 of them. But it was not without the building. It was not without the building of self. It was not without the building of community. It was not without the responsive community, because folks was on the phone with me, and not long either. You know what I mean? Had the conversation, let them know what was going on. And then, okay, what are we doing? We are praying, we are clearing, we are transitioning, we are understanding, we're reframing how we think about what happens. You know what I mean? We get to decide what the response is. Can control the other person's actions or behaviors. I leave that to sovereign divine God to handle, right? But I can respond I can control how I respond to it. I can measure that, right? And put blocks and guards in place so that when these things come, I have a ready response. Now, I had a ready response for some of it, right? Some of it, baby. Ooh, trauma, the T word, the T word, the T word. What a dirty word it is, okay? So I had to wash it off. Now, in my washing and in my clearing, what I understood was that I was not the only one who survived that level of trauma. I was not the only one who was faced with an a-hole officer who was a punk with a gun and a badge and authorized to be a dick and terrorize people who didn't look like him or her, because females be on that too. So I knew that other people had experienced that type of pain. And what I understand too about emotions, even if you weren't experiencing exactly that event, okay, because it really is an event, but still reaching that same level of trauma, still reaching that same level of hurt and not understanding, and needing a response that won't get you locked up. For those who be ready for my ready people who be ready, but don't want to go to jail. Okay. To have a response that you could engage in that ain't gonna have you in stripes. This is what I was after. This is what I was after. Do you get it? I pursued spiritually first. I need a response. And I believe in Father God. I believe in Mother God. Okay. So you feel how you feel, but this is exactly what I believe in, right? And I believe in Son. So I'm having these conversations. I need a response. I need a response. I mean, I am on it because I want to respond well. Even in the face of stupid. I really do appreciate Sir James Dentley. He said something that I would take with me every day of my life. And it was a concise version of what my mama told me when I was a kid. But I like the way he said it, okay? When things go wrong, don't go with it. And I hold on to that. Jose Rodriguez, Jotaire Music, catch him too. He said something as well that I keep with me. Healing doesn't take time. It takes awareness, right? So get your beautiful people in your circle. Get your thinkers in your circle. Get your people in your circle so that if you did, God forbid, come up on a situation, you have who you need right there. And you are also being right there for them because believe and trust it. I done got a bunch of phone calls from drama. Okay, get the picture? So prepare thyself. All right. Am I pressing and am I harassing? This is what Spirit said to me. Sanctuary. And I'm like, ooh, I could use some sanctuary. That's exactly what I could use. I could use some peace. I could use some way. I could use some time to heal and methods and tools to work through that knot, because it was a knot in the spirit. All right. And generally, that's kind of how it goes. When you're experiencing adverse conditions and adverse events, you are not just experiencing it in the physical, all right? It is occurring in the spirit, and sometimes the knot is there in the spirit already, and that the event just tightens it, all right? So that is to be known, and this is truly key. I had spirit like, all right, what's sanctuary? I got like literally quick answer back. You tell me. Game, and I understood it. I heard the things said, but I heard the things around it and behind it too. Turn loose to create. And I believe in co-creating. Not sure about you, but I encourage you and invite you to step into that mind and try it for yourself. Gang. So what I ended up creating was Sanctuary XP Experience. Literally, SXP is how I call it, Sanctuary Experience. But for legal purposes, I had to do it that way. So Sanctuary XP Experience. And what we do for the women through this experience, women who are kind of a clip of who I am. You know what I mean? Like, these are my mirror image women. These are women who are in leadership. These are women who guide communities. These are women who love their families and serve community and create and build and grow and have access to many and globally, right? So there's so many different levels of women that I've gotten to serve. Pastors who don't have a place to come and unpack it, who don't have a sisterhood to come talk about what happened and get them real-time arms, right? And keep you from using your elbows on people. This is what I created with Sanctuary Experience. It's literally for people to come and be loved. And it's not just for the women. We've been doing the women's events though. Gents are welcome. And it is 2025. The youth comes online this year. I am excited. I have waited for this. But we had to do first things first. And I bless it. And I'm glad we are finally here. All right. And I'm doing something special for them. So, okay. So got to focus. But that is what SXP is. And it truly is an opportunity to come put it all down, to come away. Because I believe in, you got to remove folks from their everyday behaviors, their everyday thoughts, their everyday actions, that freaking cell phone, TV, iPad, all that ring, ping, ding, got to pause so that people can really sit with themselves. And for those who need to learn the method of quieting those thoughts, I teach that. To those who need to re-identify or identify for the first time, I teach that. Because if you're not walking around with an identity that you chose and that you defined, you are living out somebody else's experience. You are living out someone else's framework of who you are. And it truly is time to get responsible for how you're living life. All right. And get your definitions in place. Take some power and authority over your life, right? Take it back. Take it back. I see my sister. Hey, sissy. And take it back. All right. So this is the backstory. This is the encouragement. Now, we were doing our counting and our math. I was excited. It was at the last event. And I'm like, yay, number 8. And my Florida affiliate partner was like, no, this is 9. So I'm thinking this event coming is 10. Y'all, I'm like, I know my math be a little bit difficult sometimes, but this is number 9. However, it's going to be 10 and 10B. It's looking like that because everything is branded already. Okay, great. But we'll figure it out from there. The point is, I am committed to serving my sisters of the sisterhood of SXP. I'm committed to serving my brothers of the brotherhood of SXP, and then the youth. I'm committed to us wrapping our arms around the youth and holding. My goal behind it was to reduce suicides. That's my quiet goal. So shh. But we're really going to make a difference and train and teach some things in so that we get better outcomes. These babies don't have to die like that. No child should be off taking their life. Not when we got whole adults running around and willing adults running around. Let's know. So that's kind of the background of SXP. That's kind of how we came to where we are today. That's the overview. There's so much more. And if you'd love to know more, connect with me. You can do that. Oh my God, I feel faint. I was going to say on Santa's Helper, but that is no longer my handle at Instagram. It is Melikia Lady Molotov. Who is Lady Molotov? She is me. I am a spoken word artist, and I do start tour 329 with Fight for Peace. They're having a mental health tour, and I have been invited to come and perform, which is right up my alley, because we're going to be doing a number of things at colleges. Yay, like I'm feeling excited. So 4 p.m. at the Pavilion of FMU down in Miami. You can catch me there, along with a bunch of beautiful artists who care about mental health. And then my expectation is to sit at the table when we have the mental health chat, because my background is behavioral health, and just human behavior, period, and LEO. So I am looking forward to the impact that 2025 is going to carry. I am looking forward to what comes to life, because Sanctuary Experience has brought many things to life. We have helped the women heal. We have helped them renew. We have helped them to have fun. I mean, how did we forget to have fun, y'all? Like, how did we forget? So we pour that back in there and back in there and back in there, and we build sisterhood around one another. There has been some best friends sparked up. We had a couple of our ladies go ahead and heal up and get married. We got babies in the water. We've got businesses started. We had community explode, 40,000 women for this one, for one of our attendants. So we have secret spiritual skills that I'm not going to tell you about that right here. So if you know you need that level of love, you need to be loved back to life. That's what I'm here for. I do private coaching and group coaching. Fine. You also want to take advantage of these events. September, we have one coming up for the women. So this one this weekend, and then September, I do it twice a year for the Florida area. And I'll let you know the other areas that are coming when I'm ready to tell. I ain't ready to tell yet, okay? So this is that. We are at 32 minutes. I do need to pause for all the station breaky, businessy stuff and the beautiful things. There's someone awesome that I'd like to tell you about. But first, let's go ahead and get into our artists. Now, I did mention to you earlier that you can go to BLASTMUSIC247 and register, okay? There's that lovely thing right there again. And here is part of why you want to do it. Let's experience this together. Do. All right. Boop.
Is it too late to say that I'm sorry? Or have we reached that point of no return? Say what's on your mind. I don't wanna turn a blind eye to all the things that we've done to reach this point, into an empty void, facing repercussions from the words of our choice. I'm just trying to find a reason we should stay. Be ashamed to throw it all away. I'm not giving up so easy. I still want you, need you. Here with me in the middle of the night when you touch me so gently. If you're trusting, willing to learn me, after all the times I try pushing away, girl, I still see your life here with you, over going round. I'm still willing to admit my flaws, show you that I'm worth the cause, give you everything you need, prepared to catch you when you fall. You got me pleading on my knees, oh baby, don't leave me. You got me pleading on my knees, oh baby, cause I still want you, need you. Here with me in the middle of the night when you touch me so gently. If you're trusting, willing to learn me, after all that the times I tried pushing away, girl, I still feel right there with you. I feel real, my baby. I
All right. We're going to keep it flowing with these announcements so we can get them done and get back to it. Go ahead and grab a screenshot. These are some of my services in a quick whoop. Take a screenshot type of fashion. Okay. I'm going to let that play. You see the virtual services, you see the private services, and you see the in-person. And I guess I didn't mention that earlier. I do have a discovery strategy that you would love to be a part of if you are looking for your next, if you're feeling a little stuck and you are deciding on a path personally or in business. Let's connect and talk about that. All right. And then we're going to keep it moving quickly because I want to get back to our conversation. There's this awesome person that you need to connect with. I mentioned, according to Courtney earlier, she's a Black birth worker, and Black birth workers rock. Happy Women's History Month. Courtney in West is making history. So catch up with her podcast right here on BLAST MUSIC247, and then catch up with her for those birth services. And just even a conversation, you guys, she's mind-blowing, a wealth of information, and someone to know. And speaking of someone to know, I am so happy to share this with you. Miss U Graham. So Miss U Graham is the business. Patricia D. Frudenberg, with her beautiful self, is the owner and founder of that. And what does she do? She takes care of folks who are grieving. How important is that work? And I'm definitely going to share this another time, just so that you have an opportunity to get that information. You can find her and connect with her through her website, miss-u-graham.com. Let's do that. She also has an app that you want to take a part of. Go ahead and get a screenshot of that QR code and connect with Patricia today, missugraham.com. She does have a YouTube channel as well. So you have many opportunities to connect. You did see the slide for Clubhouse. If you have the Clubhouse app on your phone, connect, go to those legacy rooms, have those conversations, learn how to grieve on purpose so it does not come up and sneak up on you at an inopportune time. Does that make sense? One more time for the people in the back. missugraham.com, Patricia D. Frudenberg. Connect. That is the Clubhouse, Legacy of Light, Grief Recovery for a new spin on mourning. We have approached mourning, and in one particular light, we are due an upgrade. All right. Okay, that's your opportunity to connect with Miss Patricia Frudenberg. I call her Patty Cakes because she is a dope human. If you have ever gotten to experience the sun in a body, that is Patricia. She has a burst of amazing energy, a burst. So go get in that sunlight. Okay, so definitely want to share that. And then let's finish up the conversation we were having prior and then move along. All right, yeah. Oh, it's almost 40 minutes. I'm having fun. Hope you are too. And hello to my folks who are watching. I can only see the messages on through the StreamYard in here, but I know folks are on YouTube and in different spaces where this casts out to. And shout out to all of my listeners, those in the U.S. and those in Portugal and how about all over the freaking place? I don't want to miss a place, so I don't want to say it all. But thank you for watching. I'm grateful. And not only am I grateful, I'm hopeful that you are not just, but that you're getting those notes, that you're taking time to ingest what you're hearing, and that you're using the tools. Please, oh, please, oh, please be a hearer and a doer. Put it to work. If you understand how important it is to be on top of your mental health. And that's really the conversation that we're having today. That whole situation, it messed with my mental and my emotional and not my spiritual, because I was like, thank you, God. Woohoo. Definitely know the Lord was right there with me. Okay, great. So, but my physical and my emotions and my chemical Okay, so the body was doing a lot of things and needed that path of transitioning back to peace. Okay, and sometimes I mention those knots in the spirit. You get them knots that kind of hold you up. You're trying to run and go. You get so far, you feel like it gets snatched back. Okay, you climb so high and you feel like you bump your head. You can't get up higher, right? So there often is a reason. It's not just happening to you. If you find yourself saying that, why is this always happening to me? That is your clue. That is a clue. It's a clear clue. You need to do something a little different, and you may need help defining what that is. That's what me and people like me, because I ain't the only person. You find who you vibe with, all right? Who you believe that, okay, this person will listen to me. And that's important. That's so important. We all need someone to listen to us, right? And then the hope is that we're saying something worth hearing. Chris got it was good. So when it comes to love, all right, to me it falls under, that's just a loving way to be. Love is very consistent for me. It's not a wishy-washy thing. It's not a if you do and don't do. It's just love. All right. So find someone who's going to love you evenly. Find someone who's going to listen to you actively. And then if it is that you need more than just a listener, you need some tooling and some skills, get in touch with me. You can email me at lifeissanctuaryxp, because it is. lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Super simple. Everybody knows Gmail. Very trustworthy. lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Come on, get this love. And stop trying to do life alone. It was never meant to be that way. All right. Can you imagine having to go through what I shared with you and have nobody to talk to about it? And I know that's the case for some people, because I've met some of you. I've worked with some of you. I've gotten to love you and keep you in my life. And I am so happy. Like my life is rich with beautiful people. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful it is work sometimes. Okay. But it is worthy work. And I do wonderful work in a wonderful way. Flat out. Okay. So we're at 42 and I was cleaning my computer. All right. So we are transitioning to a whole new topic. Okay. Did we put a good bow and a good button on the last part? Do we understand the mission here? What's the missions? Talk about what happened. Don't be afraid to do that. All right. Don't be afraid to ask God for a response and do something about it. Don't be afraid to create what's needed. And that is another reason I created it, because it didn't exist. I seen a whole bunch of retreat type of stuff, but that didn't exist. What I'm doing didn't exist. Now, mind you, once I started doing it, I seen people start popping up all over the place trying it, but they're going to do what they do. And that's beautiful. And it's necessary, because I cannot serve everybody. I get that. And I'm happy that somebody else is moving and doing it. And at the same time, can't nobody do it like me. Okay, great. So that is the point. Get in the water. Go swim. All right, go figure it out. Don't be afraid to look inside. Don't be afraid to face the fear that's kind of holding you. Don't be afraid to look for those knots that are in the spirit, that are in the natural, and work to untie them. Be bold. Be brave about becoming yourself and maintaining yourself. And if you have something that comes in, kind of knock you off a little bit, all right, that's your one. You got me. But guess where I'm about to be? Back on my square, because you can't keep me off it, because it's mine. Okay, so that is what I hope for you. And I hope that the story I shared with you, though it's pissy in many ways, what occurred, absolutely wrong. 0 stars, do not recommend. Okay. And at the same time, look what amazing has come from responding in the right way. Because I could have took the in route. You know what I mean? I could have took that route. But I didn't. I did it the right way. All right. So I'm encouraging you guys in that too, because some people are volunteering for that bop, you know, for unaliving. Some people be volunteering for stupid. Do not participate. Don't fall for that trap. Do not give up your freedoms in your life for someone else's issue. Okay. And I don't care if they have a badge or not. Preserve your life, preserve your mind, heal, grow, create. Now that is a bow. Boom. Conversation complete right there. We got 15 more minutes together, and let's talk. So I was cleaning out my computer and I came across, we're going to push buttons. We're going to be brave. Remember what happened? We was pushing buttons last time. We're going to be brave. So let's see what happens. I got to find the right one first. I want to show you something fun that I came across. And it's from 2023. Wait, that's not it. Well, let's push some buttons. And we'll find out what happened after that. Let's see if it lets me play. Okay. Nope. So I'm going to say grab screenshots. This is going to play through pretty quickly. Grab screenshots, grab screenshots, grab screenshots. Okay. And this is about like a minute long. Read it. And if you see something you want to grab. And you can see by the date on here that these are old instructions that I've shared with some of my past small group members. These are kind of some of the things that we deal with, some of the topics that we deal with. One of my favorites right here, SOZOs. If you don't know what SOZOs is, nothing missing, nothing broken. We work to make sure we all are restored. And it's so fun just sharing that moment with you as a look back. I have been in these waters for a while, and that made me smile to come across those instructional cards, to know that I've offered the opportunity to sit and look inside, and had folks respond to it, because I knew I was not the only one who needed sanctuary. Absolutely not. We all need measures of it. And what if we all took an action to create something beautiful, encouraging, insightful, wisdom, knowledge to help the folks around us grow? Like, wouldn't the world be even more beautiful if we were able to turn our focus from a lot of the noise and really tune into our purpose? Like, wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to push the distractions away and just sit and really tune into body, into mind, into spirit, into nature, into water, into air, into fire, tune in and hear, right? And you're passing through the elements, burning off things that don't belong, washing off things that don't belong, filling your life with air, right? Getting rid of those tight spaces, grounding yourself so you're not running around flighty and missing this, missing that, and missing this, right? So that, all of that is why we are doing 3-day experiences, because it takes time to shake a habit. It takes time to recover from hurt, heartbreaks, traumas. And I'm talking about the big T ones, right? My ACE people, ACEs. Yeah, it takes awareness, okay? And methods. And when you have your methods in place, you are cutting the time. And I love how he said it. It doesn't take time, it takes awareness. So that is what we're teaching. That is what I am teaching this weekend, literally. And what I teach in Mastermind, and what I teach in small group, and what I teach in 101, and what I teach in DCs. And when I'm speaking, like, I'm pretty consistent. About that message. I'm not playing. I feel like the more people who get the message, the more folks who could get free. And the more folks who can get free, the more beautiful this world becomes. Because we cease to focus on the dividers of skin color or economic standard, or where we think somebody belong, or I work this hard. and they didn't work that hard, so they can't have what I have. Get over yourself. Like, for real, stop it. That is ugly behavior. Knock it off and move into something that's a bit more realistic, something that's a bit more humane, a bit more human. Tap into your humanity and let your brain turn back on. Because some of us, life be switching that switch, boop, boop, it goes off. And I can say that very confidently because I've had moments where I've been pissed enough where that switch just went off. Unreasonable, kind of like that officer, unreasonable. You see what I'm saying? So it behooves us. It just behooves us to pursue true us. All right. I'm going to run this for you one more time. I feel like I've said everything I need to say. And then we can take our outs. Get your screenshots. If you like. Oh, I love that series. Exploring Love series. Good goodness. It is so much fun. Oh, that's back when I was teaching Life GPS too. I love teaching that as well. All right. Get your screenshots. Just a little freebie for you guys. All right. Few more seconds. And then we are going to bid one another a good night. Get your screenshots. And then, of course, you are free to come back and press play and just hit pause. You know what I mean? If you don't want to put that, take much memory up. There we go. All right, cool. So, and I encourage you to go to Melikia K, Courtney YouTube channel, subscribe, and binge watch the content. Why do I want to binge watch the content? Well, because you're not being charged the $250 that I normally charge an hour. You are having an hour with me for the free.com. Okay. So yeah, you might want to just go right ahead and take advantage of all the good stuff that's here. I think almost a year worth of content. Just, and you can say, thank you, Sovereign Divine, because that's who prompted me to do it. I ran away from doing podcasts for years. I was like, no, I don't know how many people. Would you please do a podcast? No, I'm not doing a podcast. For what? I do so many other things. Do a podcast. Nah, I did the duck and the dodge for years on that jack because I was not trying to be on that. Not. However, here I am, right? And it was a prompting from Sovereign Divine. It was a pull up, like, listen. This, that, and the third, this is what you need to do. This is what you said you was going to do. This is the numbers you need to impact. Get on it. I said, okay, here's the thing. Okay. Because I believe in that conversation. We've had to talk. You want me to do it? Then make a way for that to happen so that it makes sense. Like real time, under grace and imperfect ways, you understand? And it wasn't 2 weeks. Where, and I didn't go pursuing a podcast. Believe and trust me, that did not happen. I got a phone call and it got ambushed with, hey, we think you'd be great for BLASTMUSIC247.com family. Come do a podcast here. I was like, okay, like my running, I had, I was like, let me be obedient. So here I am being obedient. And I find that it's beautiful. And I find that this is something that will be lasting prayerfully long, 100 years time. And will give some people who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to kind of come sit heart to heart with me and belly to belly to experience the love that I pour out. This gives you a bit of my love. And I'm happy to share that with you. And I love feedback, respectful feedback, because I got jokes, so don't play with me. Okay, great. So it's an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to come and be with y'all. Like, for real, I look forward to Tuesday evenings just to come and share whatever is being pressed in spirit to come and share with y'all. And tonight was super simple. It was super. This is what's happening this weekend. Let's talk about it. I've been being prodded to tell my story. I'll be busy, y'all. Okay? But I am going to sit down with a couple of folks and comply and cooperate. Now, I have a bunch of books. You can read part of it in the books. Okay, grab books. And I tell my story in a manner that's not bleedy. Except like hindsight is funny. I got a wild sense of humor, so I can make some jokes. Okay. Same time, I take trauma seriously. All right. So I think I've said everything I need to say. I've given all I need to give. Absolutely appreciate you. Have super, super huge love for you and love me back. Okay, great. Let's hit this thing. Oh, wait. Let me check these comments because I sure was spacing. Oh, thank you. Devlin, what's going on? Let me push these buttons because I didn't push these buttons. Let's start at the beginning. Hello. I appreciate my awesome partner who pulls up just like literally to vibe tribe and play in the chats. And then when I'm speaking, a lot of times I don't look at the chat because I'm on a train of thought. And I push these buttons and I push these buttons. Okay, let's go back. So I want to make sure I'm able to go back and see these. When the live goes off, the comments go away. Oh, I didn't even have to push that. I could do it like this. Okay, cool. That's what's up. I appreciate the praise and the presence even more. The presence. I'm grateful. Okay, so those are the ones I can show. I can't show the other ones from YouTube because I ain't learned that part. I don't know that it exists when you do it this way. So I'm tempted. I will ask a favor. If you are watching from YouTube, please screenshot the comments and send it to me so I get to see them, because when I end the live, I don't get to see those. And if you've made comments, you're welcome to hop over and watch again. Review it. Follow BLASTMUSIC247.com. Follow Melikia K. Courtney on YouTube as well. Find me on Instagram, Melikia.LadyMolotov. I have to hold my heart every time I go to say it. All the other medias, Melikia K. Courtney. Pull up to Miami, 3/29, 4 p.m. at the Pavilion to engage in the mental health tour, y'all. It's important. We have students, we have veterans, we have families, we have community, business owners. Come be a part of that fun as well. Where else can you catch up with me in my books? Message me if you'd like to access that. Catch up with me in poetry, Partners in Rhyme, every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mastermind is a little bit more tight to the chest. You gotta be on deck to know how to find me there. Okay, great. On that note, I didn't say everything I was gonna say. I'm out of here. Love y'all. Button.